Good morning students, welcome back to 9th physical science class. In previous video, we conclude up to speed and velocity. In this video, we are going to discuss the remaining topics what are there in this chapter, motion. Okay. See, before going to start uniform and non-uniform motion, once we just recall about speed and velocity. What is speed? Total distance by time. What is average speed? Total distance by total time. What is uniform speed? If a body covers equal distances in equal intervals of time, then we can say that the body moving to uniform speed. What is non-uniform speed? If a body covers unequal distances in equal intervals of time, then we can say that the body is moving with non-uniform speed. What is instantaneous speed? The speed of a body at an instant is called instantaneous speed. For example, if you are going on bike, then suddenly if you want to see that how much fast you are going, then that speed what we call instantaneous speed. How can we measure this instantaneous speed? By using a speedometer which is fixed to the bike, head of the bike. Is it clear? Then how can we measure distance? By using odometer. So we can measure the total distance traveled by the car, bus or any vehicles we can measure by using odometer. Is it clear? So the unit of speed, uniform speed, average speed, instantaneous speed, for all these the unit is meters per second only. Meters per second. See here, speed can give only how fast the body is moving, but it won't give any specified direction. So in order to express the direction, we introduce one more physical quantity called velocity. What is meant by velocity? This total displacement by time. Or displacement by time is velocity. Total displacement by total time is average velocity. What is uniform velocity? If a body covers equal displacements in equal intervals of time, then we can say the body is moving with uniform velocity. Remember, all the cases the body does not move with uniform velocity. When the path must be straight line, then only we can get a uniform velocity. Then what about the rest of the cases? In case if the path is curved or circular, in such conditions we don't get velocity as constant. The velocity of the direction and the magnitude of velocity changes continuously. Is it clear? So next to instantaneous velocity, non-uniform velocity. Most of the cases we may get a non-uniform velocity only, not uniform. Uniform velocity is possible only when the path must be a straight line. If you see here, for example, if a body is moving in curved path and in circular path and in straight path. So here we may have the chance for getting a constant velocity when the path is a straight line. But if you see here, the direction of the body is changes continuously. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, like this. See, every time the direction of the velocity changes continuously. If you take circular path, then here VA, VB, VC, VD. Here the direction is towards north, here towards east, here towards south, here towards west. See, the direction of velocity changes continuously. Is it clear? So in order to express the direction of quantity about speed, we introduce one more physical quantity called velocity. For example, look at here, 50 kilometers per hour. 50 kilometers per hour due east. Here 50 kilometers per hour shows how fast the body is moving, but it doesn't show about any directions. If you see the second one, 50 kilometers per hour due east. Here 50 kilometers per hour, it shows how fast the body is moving, at the same time in which direction it is moving. Is it clear? So in order to express the direction of the body, we introduce one more physical quantity called velocity. Is it clear? So now coming to this uniform and non-uniform motion. What is uniform and non-uniform motion? If the body is moves with constant velocity, then such type of motion is called uniform velocity, uniform motion. If the body moves with constant velocity, then such kind of motions we call uniform motion. Otherwise, we can say if a body covers equal distances in equal intervals of time, then we can say that the body is moving, or the body is in uniform circular motion. Look at here. This is time taken by the body and this total distance traveled by the body. So first second 2 meters, in second seconds 4 meters, third second 6 meters, fourth second 8 meters. So here that what is the total distance covered by the body in first second? 2 meters, in second second 4 meters, third second 6 meters, fourth second 8 meters. So here the body is moving with equal distances in equal intervals of time. So that we can say here the body is in uniform motion. So in order to find the shape of the graph, we need to take the time is on x-axis and the distance on y-axis. If you draw the graph, then the shape of the graph is straight line which is passing through the origin. Let you take time on x-axis, first second, second second, third second and fourth second. Here 2 meters, 4 meters, 6 meters and 8 meters. So what is the total distance traveled by the body in first second? 2 meters, second second 4 meters, third second 6 meters, fourth second 8 meters. If you join all these, then you may get straight line which is passing through origin. So from this, what do you understand here? Here the body covers equal distances in equal intervals of time. Then we can say that the body is in uniform motion. The next one is non-uniform motion. See, where do you observe the uniform motion? For example, the motion of the earth. The motion of the earth. The people, those who are on highway, or the vehicle which is moving on highway. So in such conditions, we may observe the uniform motion. The next one is non-uniform motion. If a body covers unequal distances in equal intervals of time, then we can say that the body is in a non-uniform motion. For example, if you are at a traffic signal, or if you are moving in a crowded area, in such conditions, it's difficult for us to maintain the equal distances in equal intervals of time. So that in such conditions, we may observe the non-uniform motion of a body. Our simple definition is, if the velocity is not constant, then we can say that the motion is non-uniform motion. If you draw the graph by taking time on x-axis and distance on y-axis, then we may get a curve, not a straight line. Is it clear? So this is about uniform and non-uniform motion. The next one is motion of a body on an inclined plane. Here, this activity is for identify, even though the direction of the body is changes, the direction of body is constant, the time is changes. For example, in order to see this, here I am going to take one inclined plane and a ball. One inclined plane and a ball. If I roll this ball, for example, here t is equal to 0 seconds, here t is 1 seconds, here t is 3 seconds. The direction of the body is same. Next, this is first case, and if I can roll the body on inclined plane from bottom to top, then here t is equal to 0 seconds, t is equal to 1 seconds, t is equal to 2 seconds and t is equal to 3 seconds. So whenever if you drop a ball on inclined frame from top to bottom, its speed is increases. Its speed is increases, even though the direction is constant. So the time taken by the body is not constant in all the intervals of time. Here t is equal to 0 seconds, t is equal to 1 and t is equal to 3. Here time is changes, even though direction of the body is constant. The speed is increases whenever if it moves downwards. The speed is decreases whenever if you move from down to top. But the time taken by the body is changes from point to point, even though the direction of the body is constant. So these things we can observe from this activity. Clear? The next one is circular motion. What is meant by circular motion? If a body is moves from a fixed point in a circular path, then we can say that the body is in circular motion. In case if it maintains constant speed, then we can say that uniform circular motion. Even though the speed is constant here, the direction and the magnitude of velocity changes continuously. Is it clear? How, sir? Let's see here. VA, VB, VC, VD and VE. If you can take at A, point A, then the direction of the body is towards north. If you take at B, towards east. If you take at C, towards south. See, all the time, the direction of the body changes. The direction of the body changes continuously. At the same time, velocity also changes, even though the speed is constant. Even though the speed is constant, the direction of velocity changes continuously from point to point. Sir, how can we find the direction of velocity at a particular point? Simple, by drawing the tangent at that point. For example, if I want to find the direction of velocity here, then what I should do here? I should draw the tangent. What is meant by tangent? The line which touches the circle at one point is called tangent. Is it clear? So by drawing the tangents, we can find the direction of the velocity at that point. Is it clear? So this is about the circular motion. The next one is acceleration or retardation or deceleration. Deceleration in the sense the negative acceleration. For example, generally we may heard this word. So whenever before going to start the bike, you may give accelerate. That is nothing but acceleration, changing of velocity. What we are doing here, changing of velocity. Before going to start the bus or before going to start the car, the driver can accelerate. What does means? He's changing the speed, velocity, changing the velocity. So what is the definition of acceleration here? The rate of change of rate in the sense with respect to time. So the rate of change of velocity is called acceleration, or the change in velocity in unit time is called acceleration. So according to the definition, we can write the acceleration as a bar. A bar in the sense, a bar is the notation of vector. So here acceleration is a vector quantity. What is meant by vector quantity? A physical quantity which has both magnitude and direction is called vector quantity. Here acceleration is nothing but change in velocity. What about velocity? Velocity is a vector quantity, not a scalar quantity, right? Because velocity has both magnitude and direction. So obviously acceleration is also a vector quantity. It has both magnitude and direction. So what is unit of this acceleration? So unit of velocity is meters per second. Meters per second. Again here time is there. Again second. So meters per second into second. So meters for second square are meter second inverse 2. So meters per second square or meter second inverse 2 is the SI unit of acceleration. So what is the direction of acceleration here? The direction of acceleration is always lies along the change in velocity. The change in velocity. See, remember, if there is no change in velocity, there is no acceleration. There is no movement of any object. So whenever if there is a change in velocity, there is a acceleration. Is it clear? So here, acceleration is nothing but the rate of change of velocity. If there is a change in velocity, acceleration is there. And most important point is the direction of acceleration is lies along the direction of change in velocity. Of course, we have acceleration, average acceleration, uniform acceleration, non-uniform acceleration, instantaneous acceleration, same as speed and velocity. Speed and velocity. Is it clear? So here, we can write the acceleration as a bar is equal to v bar minus u bar by t. The change in velocity in unit time is called acceleration. Then what about a retardation or a deceleration? See, always there is no chance of increasing velocity. Sometimes the velocity may be decreases. For example, if a driver is applying brake to stop the car, then its velocity decreases. So obviously, negative acceleration. Obviously, negative. For example, if the train is moving on track, whenever the driver will apply brakes, then the train will becomes to rest. That is retardation. That is retardation. For example, if you throw stone upward, that is acceleration. Whenever if you coming downward, then negative acceleration or retardation or deceleration. So not only always increase in velocity, it may be decrease in velocity also. In such conditions, you may get negative acceleration or deceleration or retardation. Is it clear? Is it clear? Fine. The next one is we are going to discuss about the equation of uniform accelerated motion. Equation of uniform accelerated motion. The most important topic in this lesson. The most important topic in this lesson. So now we are going to derive these three uniform accelerated motion. So V is equal to U plus AT, the first equation of motion. S is equal to ut plus half ut square is the second equation of motion, and v square minus u square is equal to 2as, the third equation of motion. Now we are going to derive these three. Why? Because you have a number of problems based on these. Now if a body is moving with an initial velocity of u, after a time interval t, its velocity changes to v, and the total distance covered by the body is s. The total time taken by the body is t. For example, consider a body. Its initial velocity is u. After some time, its velocity changes to v. The total distance covered by the body is s, and the total time taken by the body is t. Here the body is moving with uniform acceleration. The body is under uniform acceleration, yes or no? So here the body is moving with an acceleration a bar. Then according to the definition of acceleration, a bar is equals to v bar minus u bar by t. A bar is equals to v bar minus u bar by t. Then from this, can we write v minus u is equals to at? Then from this, v is equals to u plus at. So this is the first equation of motion. Once again, consider a body which is moving with an uniform acceleration of a. Its initial velocity is u. After some time, after time interval t, its velocity changes to v. The total distance traveled by the body is s. So then, from the definition of the acceleration, a bar is equals to v bar minus u bar by t. Is it clear? Here the acceleration is uniform acceleration. So now from the definition of the acceleration, a bar is equal to v bar minus u bar by t. Then from this, if you can do cross multiplication, then we may get v minus u is equal to at. Then v is equal to u plus at. This is first equation of motion. First equation of motion. Next, from this, again, what we can write for average velocity? For example, if a body is moving with the initial velocity of u, after time interval t, its velocity changes into v. Here u is initial velocity, v is final velocity. After some time, its velocity changes from u to v. So then how can we write average velocity here? So v average is equals to u plus v by 2. Consider a body is moving with a initial velocity u. After some time, its velocity changes to v. Then v average is equals to u plus v by 2. But as you know very well, what is v average? Total displacement by time. What is v average? Total displacement by time. These two are equal. If you equate these two, then you may get s by t is equals to u plus v by 2. If you do cross multiplication, then what we can get here? We can get s is equals to u plus v by 2 into t. Let it be first equation. This is first equation of motion. This is not second equation of motion. Now we are going to derive second equation of motion. Is it clear? Then now what we have to do? So substitute the value of v in place of u in place of u in this equation. Then you may get s is equals to in place of v we are going to substitute not in place of u. In place of v we are going to substitute u plus at. Then u plus at by 2 into t. Is it clear? So then s is equals to u plus u, 2u plus at into t, at square by 2. If you can split, then s is equal to 2u t here, 2u2 plus at square, 2u t by 2 plus half at square. 2 cancel here, right? Then s is equals to ut plus half at square. So this is second equation of motion. Second equation of motion. So in order to find the third equation of motion, v square minus u square, is equal to 2as, then what we have to do here? So in this equation, we have to replace this t by v minus u by a. So as you know well, from a is equal to v minus u by t, no? Then t is equal to what? V minus u by a. So substitute this t value in this equation. Then you may get s is equals to u plus v by 2 into, in place of t, what we are going to write here? V minus u by a. Then from this s is equals to here v plus u, v minus u by 2a. It is in the form of a plus b into a minus b, a square minus b square. Then s is equals to v square minus u square by 2a. If you can do cross multiplication, no, then here s is equals to v square minus u square by 2a, then v square minus u square is equal to 2as. So this is third equation of motion. So you have number of problems based on these three equation of motion. Is it clear? So what is first equation of motion here? V is equal to u plus at. What is second equation of motion here? S is equal to ut plus half at square. What is third equation of motion here? V square minus u square is equals to 2as. V square minus u square is equals to 2as. So this is about the equation of uniform accelerated motion. So what we discuss in this video now, we discuss about what is meant by uniform and non-uniform motion, about circular motion, and next the motion of a body on inclined plane. After that we learn about what is acceleration, what is deceleration or negative acceleration. We discuss at the same time, we discuss about the equation of uniform accelerated motions. So all of you please to practice these three equations of motions. V is equal to u plus at, s is equal to ut plus half at square, and v square minus u square equal to as. So if you want to get the more information or explanation about this lesson, you please watch this video again and again. Already I told you, you may get only a few points regarding this lesson. If you want to get a brief explanation about this lesson, you please attend the online classes. Thank you. Thanks for learning.